Today is the 3rd of July, no, 3rd of August, 2024. And this will be our 6th video, okay, on graphs that we are looking at. Yeah, because I'm doing this for the higher students, okay, and because of the 6 weeks holidays, I might not come every day, but every week I'll make sure I put in 2 videos or more, okay, or a video or more. Hopefully I should be able to finish this series and then do other stuff, okay. But I've done a lot of stuff for Gcse level, okay. There are a few topics I still have to look at, but at the minute, and then do some set of questions. So at the minute, I've done a lot of work for the Gcse level that you can just type in the search and put in what you want and actually get something to help you, okay, especially if you are in year 10 going to year 11 in September. You have a lot of things, okay. So by the time you get to next year, May, to write your exams, if you take the platform seriously, your A start to C grade should be assured, okay. Recap, watch last video for recap. Okay, we drew the graph y equals 5x minus 2x squared, and because of the minus 2 attached to the x squared, our graph went downward, okay, and then we use that to solve some questions. Today's data is easy, 2 fractions, okay. I'm going to try and use it to do some stuff. So when we have 1/7 plus 2/7, okay, these are very, very easy questions, and these are questions that the paper will start with, and at times you think, oh, I know this, but for some reason you might end up getting it wrong because of familiarity. I don't know, it does happen to me. So let's quickly use this as a starter. 1/7 plus 2/7 equals 3/7. You add the numerators, okay. Addition, you repeat the denominator, you don't add them. 3/7 minus 1/7. Subtract the numerator, the denominator you don't subtract, is the same. So 3 minus 1 is 2, divided by 7. Now if you want to multiply, you multiply the numerator and then you multiply the denominator. So 3 times 1, this is what I'm talking about. 3 times 1 is 3, okay. 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, it's times. I wrote times here, but I added. Okay, so these are some of the mistakes you have to be looking out for. Okay, now 3/7. So 3 times 1 is 3. 7 times 7 is 49. So your answer will be 3/49. You can't reduce any further, so you leave it here. Now, 3 divided by 7. 3/7 divided by 1/7. So the first fraction, 3/7, you need to bring it times. The second fraction, you flip it. So you have 7/1. This 7 will cancel out the 7. 3 divided by 1 is 3. Okay. So it looks simple. And the examiners, the people who set this exam, they've done it over and over again. And they know the simple mistake students make. So that's why at times some people will get a D downward because they've marked it over and over. Every year they bring similar questions and students are the same. Okay, so they know the weaknesses. Okay, so you just have to open your eyes a bit, and that's why you shouldn't be in a hurry to hand over your paper. Even when you finish and you have some few minutes left, sit down, go over your answer paper. Okay, scan through. Okay, like what I'm doing now, I've done the notes. Okay, I did it to present to you in July, but I couldn't, so I'm presenting it today. I went through this morning. I didn't see that mistake in the starter, but when I'm going through now, I've seen it, I've changed it, and you can do the same. If it's a mark that will make you get your C, then you are safe. But if that one mark puts you below a C, then you have to go back and resit. Okay, and why should you go back and resit? Because of one mark, and that is why some people just give it up. But I'm encouraging you, go back and get your Gcse, okay, to help you a lot. Complete the table for the values x in the interval -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3 for y equals 2x squared minus 4x minus 1. So we'll do the x's first. So here is our x, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that is the interval we're given. So we are not going to do -3 to 4. They've given us the interval. Assuming they didn't give us the interval, then we would choose a reasonable interval. Okay, but they've given it to us, so we'll stick to it. Now we need to do x squared. Okay, because the equation has 2x squared, so we'll do x squared and then we'll multiply by 2. So x squared here is minus 2x for x squared is 4, minus 1x squared is 1, 0 x squared is 0, 1 x squared is 1, 2 x squared is 4, 3 x squared is 9. Now we want 2x squared. Okay, so 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 9 is 18. Now we need to sort the 4x. So 4 times x will be minus 8. Okay, 4 times minus 1 is minus 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And 4 times 3 is 12. So now we want negative 4x. So if it is negative 8, then it will become neg 8. Negative 4 will be 4. 0 will be 0. 4 will be negative 4. 8 will be negative 8. And 12 will be negative 12. Now the last part of the parabola equation, we know it's a parabola because of this x squared. Okay, and we know it to open upwards because of this positive 2. It's minus 1. So the minus 1 part, we'll put minus 1 in each column. So we have minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. So for x, we need 2x squared minus 4 minus 1. So 2x squared, 8 plus 8 is 16, minus 1 is 15. So I've ticked what we want. Okay, if you don't know how to use the table, I think the table is easy to understand. You can still do when y is equal to minus 2x, then you put it in all the equation and get your answer. But if they've given you a table and they ask you to complete it, then you might have to complete it, but they might give you some of the figures. They might give you the x's and then the y, and then they might leave 2 or 3 out. Okay, now this one is just for our learning in class. Okay, in learning, so that was, so 2 minus 4x is 6, minus 1 is 5, 0, 0, minus 1, 2, minus 2, minus 1 is minus 3, 8, minus 8 will give us 0, minus 1 is minus 1, 18, minus 12 is 6, minus 1 is 5. So we are going to write the coordinate out. I said if you are autistic, you don't want to have minus 2 and 5 or minus 1 and 15. Okay, because some students get muddied up. So minus 2, 15, you write it down. Minus 1, 5, you write it down. 0, minus 1, you've written it down. 1, minus 3 there. 2, minus 1 here. and then 3 and 5, and then you write it down. So now these are the coordinates you have to plot. It is easier to say this way than to have all these numbers in your face. Okay, so use the coordinate to plot your graph. So normally there'll be a graph in your answer paper. If it's in class, your teacher will give you a graph paper. So again, you put the title, okay? A graph of y equals 2x squared minus 4x minus 1. This will open upward because of the +2. You don't have to write it. The date today is 0803. Okay, now I'm not writing the date because I might do something for a day and then I might not present it and then I have to. So if I do the notes, unless I'm sure, then I wouldn't have to. So now we are going to plot the graph. So this is my y-axis, which I've labeled to 16, and as you can see, equal intervals 0, 2. This is a positive side. Okay, 2 boxes for 2 units. And this is the x-axis, 2 boxes for 1 unit. And then I have the negative as well, because the x starts from -2. So now, that is the coordinates I'm going to use, okay? So now, -2 here, all the way up -15. Yeah, falls between 14 and 16 here. So I put the coordinate label in. -1 all the way here, 5. So there, 0 -1, this coordinate here. 1 -3, 2 -1 there, okay, 3 and 5. Okay, so the parabola is going to open upward. Try and do your curve as smooth as possible so that it's not faded. Okay, this is not the best part. If you use a string or a palm fruit branch, and you'll be able to do it more accurately. So I'm drawing my curve. That is my curve here. That is my turning point, and then it goes all the way up. Okay. I can decide not to draw these graphs with you, but at the end of the day, the more I draw, because with experience, some students, you do it over and over and over again, and they still can't plot the point. Okay, so if you don't understand, just go back and watch. Okay, this is not the only graph I've drawn. We've drawn a lot of graphs. Okay, so I think by now you should be able to draw your own curve. Get your coordinate and draw your own curve. But if you are still struggling, just go back and watch. Graph work, it collects a lot of marks. You can take a lot of marks. So I would rather spend that time doing the graph work. Okay, a solution of the value. So this is your graph you've drawn when it's 0. Okay, so you come here on the x-axis, the graph will be 0. So this is 1 point here, and that is the other point. So from the graph, okay, from this graph, I've written x is 2.2. Okay, a solution of the value. How do you use your graph to find this? Okay, so a solution of the value of x 2.2. So x will be 2.2, and you see, and minus 0.2, because it's two values. So this is not just 2.2. So that would be 2.2 here. Okay. And that is the other point, minus 0.2. Yeah, look at it. That is 1 point. That is 2.2, because this place will be 2.5. Okay, so that'll be 2.2, and that'll be minus, this will be the minus side, 2.2. So here again, I wrote x equals 2.2, but I left the other value, and then I wrote it here. So assuming you ended here, then you get only half of the mark. But thankfully on the notes, I've this thing. Oh, I understand. A solution of the value of this equation is star. So they are asking you to find the second one. Okay, so they've given you one of them, and you are trying to find the second one. Okay, so you use your graph. So they've given you the first one, which is 2.2. So you use your graph to find the second one, which is minus. So in the question, they've given you this one. But assuming they didn't give you this one, you should be able to find both from the graph. So this is 1, and that would be the other one. So 2.2 plus 2.2 and minus 0.2. From the graph, write the turning point as coordinates. Okay, so that will be the turning point here. That will be the turning point. Okay, and that will be the minimum point. A parabola that opens upward has a minimum turning point. So this is the minimum turning point. If it's opening downwards, then it will have a maximum, okay, turning point. So the turning point here will be 1 minus 3. So basically, this is the graph I've drawn. This this is the table, and these are the coordinates. use to draw the graph, so you can try it yourself. You can get a graph paper, okay, or you can use a plain paper and just use eye judgment and draw it and see if you can answer the questions. Okay. Thank you very, very much for joining me in today's lesson, and I'll see you in the next.